All right, so we're going to change the serpentine belt, and we're going to change the belt tensioner, just right down there. I have an intake system. Some of you guys might have the stock intake system. So all you gotta do is just remove it. All right, I'm gonna take it off from, I guess I'll take it off from here. All right, and I'll also unplug the mass airflow sensor, and then this is probably, I can probably just pinch this, move it out. No, let me use some needle nose or any type of pliers just to take it up and out. All right, that's really stuck in there. There we go. I just took off the mounting bracket of the box so that way I could just take the whole thing off. So I'm gonna remove it over here and just lift the whole thing out. Why not? All right. Now we have better access to the belt and the tensioner. So the first thing I want to do is loosen the tensioner so I can take off the belt. And what you're going to use is a 3/8 ratchet, and you're going to put that 3/8 ratchet right over here, right in there. All right, and you're going to put it like lefty loosey. So we're going to loosen it, and you see how it's coming down. So you push it all the way down, you hold it, and you can slide the belt off. All right. Once you slide the belt off, the tensioner is going to come all the way up. Just take out the ratchet, and then you can slowly remove the belt. And here it goes. I'm swapping mine out because it's old. I already got over 82,000 miles. It's never been changed, and I'm starting to hear squeaking. So here's my new belt. I'll let you take a screenshot of that if you want. And then I got me a new tensioner. All right, this bolt right here, we're gonna take off the tensioner. That's gonna be, let me see if I get a little closer. That bolt right there, that's a 14 millimeter. So I got my wrench here. Make sure it's going in the right direction. And we're gonna crack it loose. There we go. All right, that should be enough to do with my hand. I'm gonna take it off without dropping any tools. And then we're gonna spin that till the tensioner comes out. All right, so I left the bolt on it so you guys can see how it goes back in. So when I open the new one, it goes in this way. All right, this is the old one, the brand new one. All right, so we'll put this bolt in here, and then we'll mount it right back into that hole right there. All right, I got the new one in. It was a little bit of a pain, but it's possible. I would just suggest putting the bolt, thread the bolt in first a little bit before you put this tab into the hole, and that'll make it much easier for you. So once you get in there, I just want to make sure that it's good. So I'll put the ratchet on it again, and I'll just give it, make sure it moves nicely. Good. Now usually some cars have a diagram, you know, on the shroud of the fan or up on the hood. This one does not, unfortunately, but I'll show you guys how to get this one on and how it will go on. So on this pulley here for the fan, the back of the belt is gonna go on that. So that's not, the teeth are not gonna touch that, right? So once this goes on the back, then you have, that looks like the power, no, what is that? That's the AC, so that's the alternator. You have the alternator, I mean not the alternator, sorry, the AC compressor. You have the AC compressor over here. Let me get it clearer on that one. There you go. And let me get a better picture. And on that main gear right down there. All right. So the belt is gonna go on both of those, right? So this will be the main gear, and then the AC compressor, and then the whole belt is going to, the whole belt is going to bend this way on top of that gear for the AC fan. So what you want to do, matter of fact, this has a little bend on it already, so I can just throw this in like this. Main gear here, AC compressor here, and then the gear of that fan will go on the back of the belt, like I said before. So let's throw it in. All right, so as of right now, I did what I just told you. I went around this gear, I went around this gear here of the fan. All right, and that goes to the back of the belt. I went under, I went on the AC compressor, that main gear all the way down there, and then I came up around to this top gear. So right now I have this loop right here just hanging that goes on the alternator and the power steering. All right, so I need to put the ratchet back in here, the 3/8, with some tension so I can get this loop around the power steering and around the alternator. So let's see if we can do that. All right, so doing this while trying to record is the worst, but so what I did first is I got that loop around the power steering and the alternator. I took it off of this top one to give me slack to do that. So right now the back is resting on the new tensioner. It's resting also on the fan gear, and then down here on the AC compressor, and I got it wrapped around already. So now I can put in the ratchet into the tensioner, and all I got to do is just bring this belt, bring the Serpentine belt onto this top gear right here. So let's see if I can get that going. All right, and there you go. I got it on. I think it'd be best to use a smaller ratchet because the long arm was smacking against these hoses over here. So I wasn't able to fully extend the tensioner so I can get more belt. But I was able to get it right on top of that gear. And it's good. Sitting nice. Now we put on our intake and we'll start the car. All right, everything is back together. We're gonna crank it up and we're gonna hear, make sure it's not squeaking anymore. And there we have it. No more squeak, 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 squeak.